Okay, so first and foremost, this evening is for a complete and full recovery of our friend Nachamadina Basreisel, Chomie. As you can see on your seat, there were a few papers. This paper is a site that has been created for Chomie, a Dua Mitzvah site for Chomie. It's also on the posters there. It was in the caucus a few weeks. If we look at the paper, and you will look at the choices of mitzvahs we have, I think that except for putting on tefillin, we can all recognize Chomie. And I think there is not one mitzvah that she doesn't do on. I'm sorry if I get emotional. I'm not a public speaker. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. And it's, I'm very nervous. I'm very emotional. So, whoever did not sign up on the internet, you have pens and papers. You can sign up. You just write your name, any mitzvah you would like to do extra, and it will be Chomie's chus. You can put the paper on the table next to the pushkas or give it to me. If you want to be anonymous, you can be anonymous. You can SMS me. You just go on one of the groups and you ask my phone number. I think by now everybody has it already. I feel like people see me on the street and they're already getting nervous. Okay, so that's for one. Then there's another paper of Hachlatos of Tznius that you can choose from also in Chomie's chus. Again, I'm not saying one mitzvah is more important than the other one. I think all mitzvahs are important, and I think what we are doing and what we are achieving is incredible. People tell me it's amazing what we're doing. I think if Chas v'Shalom any of us would need it, Chomie would go even further. So I think, it's only natural to do that. And then the third part is the Tehillim we're going to say soon. I've started a group of, an extra group of WhatsApp yesterday evening, and the response was amazing. I've been thinking and thinking and thinking, and all of us have been thinking, what can we do? What can we do? And to give you Yossi's words, you don't know what tips to scale. So there are people who sponsored Amen gatherings everywhere, in every school. So thank you for that. You know who you are. There have been challah there have been Tehillim groups. Excuse me, you have to forgive me if I forget anything, because the response and the support and the love has been amazing. And I think we owe it to Chomie and Yossi, we owe it to their families, and we owe it to ourselves. Friday night, I've had the zchus of having the Mekuravim, Yossi and Chomie's Mekuravim in my house. I have never in my life felt so much love and positive energy. It was filling the room like air. I had 40 people from everywhere, people you don't meet just where we go, where we tend to be, and yet they were all sitting together at a Shabbos table, missing Yossi and Chomie. So we need Yossi and Chomie to come back and do that again very soon, because I can't do that every week, that's for sure. I already forgot what I wanted to say. So please continue to do small things. Everything counts. Tell your kids anything they do is in Chomie's chus. Anything. Be nice to your neighbor. Maybe just, I was walking Shabbos on the street. Just an idea. Say good Shabbos to anyone, even if you don't know them. What does it matter? Smile. But do it b'simcha. We have to continue to do the mitzvahs b'simcha, and we have to be positive. Because that's what they want, and that's what is mechazik us, and is mechazik them. And Lubavitch will say, think good, it will be good. We have to stay positive. Because by being negative, we're not helping anyone. So please, thank you for coming. Continue to say Tehillim. Van der Chamadina Bas Reisel. Emulate her, because she is the best example. There is no better example. And continue to do mitzvahs, do more. Even the hard ones, the easy ones, it doesn't matter. It's baby steps, but we cannot stay the same. We have to change. So if anyone has any idea or any request or anything we can do more, again, I forgot what I wanted to say. If anybody has any suggestions or wants to join any of the groups, please send me a private message. I don't know how, but somehow I found out that my day can have more than 24 hours. And I'm sure Chomie is sending me the koyach, because it's really not my type. Tomorrow, Chomie will be getting an additional name. Her name will be Nechama Dina Chaya. That's right. So please, when you say Tehillim from tomorrow on, say it for Nechama Dina Chaya. Nechama Dina Chaya Bas Reisel. And may we be zoechet to have her very soon back here for Suda Soda. Thank you. I will now call Ruti to say the Tehillim. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Say that in this whole time, and also right now when it's so difficult, I just think the whole time about the song Ani Ma'amin B'Nisim. Okay? We just have to remember and to believe that, and that's why we're all here, only because we believe that miracles can happen. We believe that at any moment everything can turn 100%, 108 degrees turn, and we're just praying for an S of Rosh to our dear Chomie. למנצח מזמור לדוד, ינך אדוני ביום צרה, ישגבך השם אלוהי יעקב. ישלח עזרך מקודש ומציון יסעדך, יזכור כל מנחותיך ועולתך לדש נסלע. ייתן לך חלבביך וכל עצתך ימלא. נרננה בישועתך ובשם אלוהינו נדגול. פעלתי נפשי לאדוני ושומרים לבוקר, שומרים לבוקר. יחל ישראל אל אדוני, כי עם אדוני החסד והרבה עמו פדות, והוא יפדה את ישראל מכל עוונותיו. המנצח האיילת השחר מזמור לדוד. אלי, אלי, למה עזבתני?
רחוק מישועתי דברי שאגתי. אלוהי אקרא יומם ולא תענה, ולילה ולא דומיה לי. ואתה הקדוש יושב תהילות ישראל, בך בטחו אבותינו, בטחו ותפלתמו. אליך זעקו ונמלטו, בך בטחו ולא בושו. ואנוכי תולעת ולא איש, חרפת אדם ובזוי עם. כל רואי ילעיגו לי, יפטירו ושפה יניעו ראש. גול אל אדוני יפלטהו, יצילהו, כי חפץ בו. כי אתה גוחי מבטן מבטיחי על שדי אמי. עליך השלחתי מרחם, מבטן אמי אלי אתה. אל תרחק ממני, כי צרה קרובה, כי אין עוזר. סבבוני פרים רבים, אבירי בשם כתרוני. פצעו עלי פיהם, אריה טורף ושואג. כמים נשפכתי והתפרדו כל עצמותיי. היה ליבי כדונג נמס בתוך מעי. יבש כחרס כוחי, ולשוני מודבק מלכוחי, ולעפר מוות ישפטני. כי סבבוני כלבים, עדת מרעים, הקיפוני כארי ידיי ורגליי. אספר כל עצמותיי, הם היביטו יראו בי. יחלקו בגדיי להם, ועל לבושי יפילו גורל. ואתה אדוני אל תרחק אילותי לעזרתי חושה. הצילה מחרב נפשי, מיד כלף יחידתי. הושיעני מפי אריה, בקרני רמים ניתני. אספרה שמך לאחי בתוך קהל הללקה. יראה אדוני עלנו כל זרע יעקב כבדו, וגורו ממנו כל זרע ישראל. כי לא בזה ולא שיקץ נותני, ולא הסתיר פניו ממנו, ובשפעו אליו שמע. והתחה תהילתי בקהל רב, ודרי אשמים נגד יראיו. יאכלו ענבים ויסבעו, יעללו אדוני דורשיו, יכילה ותחכם לעד. יזכרו וישובו אל אדוני כל אפסי ארץ, וישתחוו לפניך כל משפחות גויים. כי לאדוני המלוכה מושל בגויים. אכלו וישתחוו כל דשני הארץ לפניו, יכרעו כל ירבי עפר ונפשו לא חיה. זרע יעבדנו יסופר לאדוני לדור, יבואו ויגידו צדקתו לעם נולד כי עשה. המנצח מזמור לדוד. אשרי משכיל אל דל ביום רעה ימלטהו אדוני. אדוני ישמרהו ויחייהו, יאושר בארץ, ואל תתננו בנפש אויביו. אדוני יסעדנו על ארץ דווי, כל משכבו הפכת בכל יום. אני אמרתי אדוני חנני, רפאה נפשי כי חטאתי לך. אויביי אמרו רע לי מתי ימות ואבד שמו. ואם בא לראות שב ידבר, ליבו יקפץ אבן, לא יצא לחוץ ידבר. יחד עליי התלחשו כל שונאי, עליי יחשבו רעה לי. דבר בליעל יצוק בו, ואשר שכב לא יוסיף לקום. גם איש שלומי אשר בטחתי בו, אוכל לחמי, הגדיל עליי עקב. ואתה אדוני חנני, והקימני והשלמה להם. בזאת ידעתי כי חפצת בי, כי לא יריע אויבי עליי. ואני בתומי תמכת בי, ותציבני לפניך לעולם. ברוך אדוני אלוהי ישראל מהעולם ועד העולם, אמן ואמן.
Good. I wish I would have thought about Mashiach would have walked in. I remembered something I was in the middle of saying before. So there is a group, except for the do a mitzvah, we started a group, a mitzvah of the day, that we are doing ba'achtos. So each day we choose one mitzvah, and we all do that mitzvah. So today's mitzvah was tzedakah. Tomorrow we have a group on WhatsApp, and I can send it to you on SMS also. So you can call me also. My phone is on almost 24 hours a day. The mitzvah of tomorrow that we are doing as a group, and on a WhatsApp group we have already over 500 people. I will be opening a third group soon, doing daily the same mitzvah, the mitzvah of tomorrow. And it could be men, women, children, anyone can join. It's Asher Yatzar with Kavanah. We all know the bracha of Asher Yatzar is for the whole body, it's the healing of the body. This is also the reason why we picked it as a second mitzvah. So please, tomorrow, when you say Asher Yatzar, try to say it with more kavuna for the schus of Nechama Dina Chaya Bas Reisen. Please, it would mean a lot to her, to us, and to you. And again, if you want to join and you want to know the mitzvah for Tuesday or for Wednesday, call me, WhatsApp me. My number, you can ask anyone my number. Yeah? It's 0477 700 538. So it's 0477 700 538. And I will update you on what. Please, if you join any of the groups, do not post private messages. If you want to tell me anything, I'm all here. Just to me directly, because I don't want anyone leaving the group. I want to hold on to all the participants on the group and grow more for the schus of Nechama Dina Chaya Bas Reisen. So we have now, since Friday, been having shiurim of Torah, Hasidus, non-stop. I don't know how Rabbi Shapiro does it, because just by looking at him, I'm tired. We have asked Rabbi Shapiro, he's a big Rosh Yeshiva and a Shaliach of the Rebbe for over 40 years in Miami, Florida, to come to Antwerp and be mechazek us and give all the shurim and everything he does for the 72 hours he's here with us in her schus. I told him that when he's gonna come, I won't introduce him as a Rosh Yeshiva, because to me, he is Chomie's uncle. So thank you, Rabbi Shapiro. Please stand up for Rabbi Shapiro.
Very much, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm honored to be here as part of the Seder's Negea, asking Hashem to accept our request for a refuah shleima u'kreva for Nechama Dina Chaya Bas Rezel, which is my sister. Hashem should give her a refuah shleima u'kreva b'chol and what we're trying to do is, as you heard, trying to get more schusim for her, and the schus of all these schusim, Hashem will give her a refuah shleima. The first schus that there is for her is the fact that she brought about such a great achdus among so many hundreds and probably thousands of Yidden. So many Yidden here in Antwerp, all other places in the world, all are getting together to do everything possible for her schus. So the achdus itself, the fact that this brought Achdus is the strongest reason for Hashem to accept the tefillas and grant her a refuah shleima and refuah kreiva. The Frierdiker Rebbe, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, once told over that the day he became bar mitzvah, his father, the Rebbe Rashab, told him, "Ask me anything you want and I'll answer you." And he told him that my father did the same thing to me when I became bar mitzvah. The Rebbe Marash asked him, and his father, the Tzemach Tzedek, asked him, and his grandfather, the Alter Rebbe, asked him. So the Frierdiker Rebbe says, so I asked my father a question that always bothered me. The question was, why is the minhag that before we daven, in many nuschoyos, Nusachari and other nuschoyos also, we say the words, Hareini mikabel olai mitzvah sasei shevohafta l'rachel kamecha. I accept upon myself to fulfill the mitzvah of a hafta l'rachel kamecha of Ahavas Yisrael. Why do we say it before davening? Why is it so special before davening? We could say it any other time. And why do we pick this mitzvah? We could say all kinds of mitzvah. Hareini mikabel olai to do any mitzvah. So his father answered him that when it comes to davening, to tefillah, a big part of tefillah is that we ask Hashem for our needs. And we want Hashem to give us what we're asking for. Now the nature is, if you ask somebody for a favor, the best way to get the favor, he should do it for you, is if you do something for him, you make him feel good. If you give him nachas ruach, then this will make sure that he will do you the favor. When we're davening and we're asking Hashem to give us to our requests, so we have to give a nachas ruach, we have to give pleasure to Hashem. There's no greater pleasure that a father has than when his children all live united and all live b'achdus. And therefore, before we start davening, we tell the Eibishter, you know, we are all b'achdus, hareini mekabel olai mitzvah sasei shevohafta l'rachel kamecha. So by doing that, when we show Hashem that we're all b'achdus, this is the best reason for Hashem to fulfill our tefillas. And therefore, in a case like this, when this brought about such great achdus amongst many, many thousands of Eden, doing everything they can, this achdus itself is enough to say to Hashem, here you see we are ba'achdus, and therefore, for sure you will accept our tefillah and give her a refuah shleima u'kreiva. Now her own schus, obviously we all know, and Mirz Hashem, she will continue with the schus that the greatest Ahavas Yisrael and Nachnosas Orchim that she, when she was well, was able to do, something which is not easy. And when it comes to the mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael and the mitzvah of helping another Yid, it says in Medrash that this is not just a sgula, this is a reason for Hashem to pay back and give the person back his life. It says in Medrash that when a person gives tzedakah or in any other form that you help somebody and you give the person his life, if it ever comes a time that this person himself is in need of life, Hashem says, the Medrash says these words, Hashem says, Ato hachiyesa nafshe shaloni, you gave life to the life of this poor man or any person that you had to help to get his life back. So now we need your life, I will give you your life. And actually I was just by her about a half hour ago, and she tells me that, you know, it wasn't easy for me to do this. And sometimes Friday night I would think, do I have to really do it every Friday night? I'd rather sit around in a robe like many other women. But nevertheless I did it. So now Hashem has to help me, has to pay me back. And we're all maskim. And I'm sure Hashem is maskim, and He's going to pay her back. Now the next thing is, we know that when other people do mitzvahs, that helps anybody who it's done in that schus. And the reason is very simple, not only because you're saying in that schus, because all Klal Yisrael is one big body, and when one part of the body needs help, you do things to the other part, and that helps this part too. So when we do extra things, we take upon ourselves hachlotes tevis, we take upon ourselves good resolutions to do specific things, whether it's all together as a klal, also as a yochid, each person as an individual person, that helps. And if you do it in honor of a certain person, it says in the oldest word, if this helps and this gives koyach to that person. And in this way of following what she has been doing, which will in Yesh Hashem continue, she will be able to continue, is the mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael, of helping another Yid. Going out of one's way of helping another Yid. And this all starts, and this is one thing we have to focus on, and I think this is something that's very important, because Ahavas Yisrael is one of the most important mitzvahs that is a schus for everybody. The first thing is that we should all make up our mind to look on a Yid with a good eye. The Frierdiker Rebbe said that he once asked his father, why did Hashem make that each person has two eyes? So his father answered him, there's a right eye and a left eye. Mit der rechte Eye darf man gucken auf jeden. Mit der linke Eye darf man gucken auf a Zuckerke, he said. He was a little kid when he asked this. With your right eye you have to look at the Yid. No matter who he is or what he is a Yid. And you have to look at him in a positive way. On a Zuckerke, on a candy, then he says, there you could look with your left eye. That's the first thing. We have to look at every Yid. Every Yid has a neshama. Every Yid has a chelik elikam imal mamish, has part of Hashem in him. In Tanya, the Baal Tanya elaborates very much on this idea. And actually, a few days ago, we just had the Yortzeit Chop Dalatayvis. On Thursday was the Yortzeit of the Alter Rebbe, the Baal Tanya. So every Yid has a nefesh ho'alikis, has a godly soul. No matter who he is, how he behaves, but we have to look on him that way. Once again, the Frierdiker Rebbe sent a shliach to Chicago to meet a certain person, and this person wasn't 100% the way he should be. So he sent Reb Shmuel Witten there. Reb Shmuel Witten spoke to him, and he said, you know, I'm a little bit off the derech. And Reb Shmuel Witten tells him, every Yid is like a letter in the Sefer Torah. But sometimes it gets scratched off. And you got to fix it. But you're able to fix it. And when he came back and he told the Frierdiker Rebbe what he said, the Frierdiker Rebbe said, you made a mistake. There's no such thing as a Yid being a letter in the Sefer Torah that was scratched off, that was erased. What could be, it could be covered with dust. And you just got to clean it off. Every Yid has his neshama. Every Yid is a gem. Sometimes the gem, the diamonds, get covered with dust. And it's our job to make sure to clean it, to help him become clean again, shining again. But every Yid is a gem. Once by dollars, we all know that the Rebbe used to stand for many years, every Sunday for many, many hours, giving out dollars for Shliach Mitzvah. And there was one woman standing in line for a long time, and just standing in line, she got very tired. So by the time it got her turn to the dollars, she says to the Rebbe, I don't understand, how are you able to stand like that and give out dollars for so many hours? I'm just standing in line for an hour, and I'm tired. Why aren't you tired? So the Rebbe says, when you count diamonds, you don't get tired. And when I deal with all the Yidden, each Yid is a diamond. I don't get tired. And that's how we have to look at every Yid. We have to look positive at every Yid, and therefore we should want to help every Yid. And when we say every Yid is so tired and so special and so beloved by Hashem, it's not only because every Yid is a member of Klal Yisrael. Some people think that Hashem loves Klal Yisrael, and every Yid who is a member of Klal Yisrael, Hashem loves him too, which is 100% true. But it's not only that. Besides the fact that every Yid is a member of Klal Yisrael, and Hashem loves Klal Yisrael, Hashem loves every individual Yid as an individual. Not only because he's part of the Klal, part of this general group, the general body of Klal Yisrael. Every Yid individual has his neshama, and Hashem loves every single Yid. because of what he is himself. That's why, by Matan Torah, Hashem started Aseret Adibros with the words, Anochi Hashem Elokecha. I am Hashem your God. The word Elokecha is written Loshen Yochid, singular. He spoke to so many people, he spoke to close to 3 million people, because we know there were 600,000 men between the ages of 20 and 60. So many men under 20, so many men over 60, and the same amount of women is about 3 million people. Why did he say Loshen Yochid? Why did he say it singular as if he's speaking to one person? So in the Chazal we find two opposite interpretations, explanations. One is, the rule in Dikduk is that when you speak to a group as a whole, as one unit, you could use Loshen Yochid, you could use singular. So Hashem spoke to Klal Yisrael as a group, and therefore you're able to use Hashem Elokecha Loshen Yochid. But then there's an opposite interpretation in the Chazal, that Hashem spoke to every individual separately. The Medrash uses the expression that the Yidden who stood by Matan Torah, each one felt, Imi HaDibur Medaber. The Dibur, the words of Hashem are spoken to me as if there's nobody else. Hashem is speaking to me. That's why he said Loshen Yochid, because he spoke to every single individual Yid separately. So it seems to be a contradiction between these two explanations. Is the reason it's written Loshen Yochid because he's speaking to the whole cloud together? Or is it because he's speaking to every individual? And the answer is, it's not a contradiction, they're both true. The connection of Hashem to a Yid is not only, is first of all because he's part of the cloud. Now Hashem gave the Torah to Klal Yisrael, and any person is part of the cloud. Hashem loves it because he's part of this group, of this Klal Yisrael. But besides that, and I don't think it's besides that, and also he loves every Yid because this individual Yid is a Yid and has the neshama, has a chelik and the kam imal mamish, as part of Hashem within him. That's why we find that when Mashiach will come, it says he will take Klal Yisrael out of Golus. We'll all go out of Golus, all the Yidden. Many psukim we find. But there is one pasuk which was actually in the Haftarah, not in this Shabbos, the Shabbos before, where it says, "Va'atem teluktu la'achad echad beis Yisrael." Every individual as a yochid will be collected by Hashem to go out of Golus. And Rashi in Parshat Netzavim adds to this pasuk and he says, "Keilu," concerning HaKadosh Baruch Hu, "Keilu HaKadosh Baruch Hu oiches beyad kol echad ve'echad." Hashem is going to hold every single individual Yid by his hand and take him out of Golus. So the Geula will come for Klal Yisrael as a Klal, and the Geula will come for each one of Klal Yisrael as a Yochid. Because the connection that Hashem has to every single Yid, and automatically every single Yid has to Hashem, which means every Yid is special because Boni Matan Hashem Elokecha are children. And no matter what he does, he could sometimes not do the right thing, which is wrong. No one justifies bad behavior. But nevertheless, the fact that he's a Yid, that doesn't change. That's essential. When a person has a child, no matter how he behaves, he's still the child of his father and mother. So the Yidden are so special by Hashem because we are his children, and that is because of the Klal, and because of the Prat, and because of the Yochid. And that's one of the things that we have to try to put into our mind, and when we have that outlook, that mindset, that changes our whole outlook. That our mindset is our Yid is holy, and our Yid is special, and because of that, if he's in need, we have to help him. Whether he's in need begashmias or in need beruchnias. Some people need things begashmias physically, and we have to help him. And some people need help beruchnias, and we have to help him. Even those people who are not in any special high level, but because he's a Yid, we have to help him. It says in Pirkei Avos, "Havei mit Talmidav Shalarim," we have to be from the Talmidim of Arim, "Oyev Shalom, Bereiv Shalom, Oyev Sabriyas, and Makarvam LaTorah." We have to love peace. And we have to love briyos. What's type briyos? Briyos means creatures. And we have to be makar of them, we have to bring them closer to the Torah. Why does the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos refer to these people as Brios? Should have said, Oyeves Bnei Yisrael, Oyeves Yehudim. Sometimes you have a person that says in Tanya, sometimes you have a person that, as far as his behavior, is nothing more than just a Bria, just a creature. But because he's a Yid, you have to love him too, and be mekarev him also to Yiddishkeit, because he is also a Yid. And that's one of the things that if we want to do things for the schuz, which will bring a refuah shleima, but Kehilla Yisrael, one of the things is to have our mindset that we have to be ready to help other Yidden. And even if it means sometimes that we have to do something which is not so convenient, doesn't matter, because the gain that's there, that we bring another Yid back, there's nothing that's comparable to it. Helping another Yid, we have to go out sometimes out of our comfort zone, and we have to do things to help others. And by doing that, we could ask Hashem that He should help us also. And when we help somebody else, the Ruchnius, bring them closer to Yiddishkeit, not only is it for the person's benefit, the other person's benefit, but it's for our benefit too. Because a person who helps somebody else, that brings out with himself to feel closer to Hashem and to feel more benegeya, doing mitzvahs and doing Yiddishkeit. So therefore, when we have a gathering like this, where everybody, not only here, people all over, are anxious to get together and do things which are very important, that will definitely say to Hashem that we should accept our tefillas. So as I said in the beginning, Avas Yisrael, this is the strongest thing that could bring Hashem to listen to our tefillas. So when we take upon ourselves this idea to start looking at every Yid with a right eye, and start doing what we can to help other Yidden, begashmis and beruchnius. And the truth is, I'm here just a few days, and I see that this is a real community where people are into helping other people. People go out of their way helping. So whatever we do, we should do even more. And keep in mind that every Yid is a gem. And when we follow this idea, we follow this mindset, then Hashem looks down and He says that if these people care so much about my children, I will care about them. There's midah keneged midah. Hashem pays measure for measure. And when so many hundreds and even thousands of people get together with such a varenkeit, with such a feeling, the Eibishter can never turn this away. And what will happen is that the Eibishter will accept our tefillas. And we have to have the proper bitachon. We have to have the bitachon that the Eibishter could do it and will do it. And the bitachon has to be so strong that it makes us even happy. When something good happens, you become happy. This bitachon that we have to have, that the Eibishter will help, should be so strong that it should bring out in us a certain simcha, because we feel that this is real. Just like when it happens, the Mir Hashem will happen, there'll be such a great simcha. A simcha that will also be ma'achet all the Yidden. So now, when we're working on this, towards this, and the Mir Hashem is going to happen, we should bring out a great simcha by us in our heart. We should feel that we're able to sing to Hashem and say, thank you Hashem for all the good that you're doing, for the miracle that you're going to do, because we're sure you're going to do it, and the Eibishter will bring a refuah shleima ukreiva to the Chamadiner Chaya Bas Rezel, the Korev Mamish, and we should see her work back, do what she was doing before, doing Avos Yisrael and Achnosa Sorchim. This mitzvah is the greatest mitzvah. Stronger than Kabbalah's Ashchina. and she should be able to continue. We should all follow together with her in what she's doing, and this will be something very special that Hashem will look down and say, all this is happening. My children deserve that I should bring them Mashiach Tzedkeinu, and he will bring Mashiach Tzedkeinu b'meira b'yameinu b'korav mamish. Amen.
Just one minute, I just want to add. Just a few words. Okay, so a few reminders. Mitzvah of the day tomorrow, Asher Yatzar with more Kavana. The name will change tomorrow Ba'aliyata Kriyas HaTorah, so her name will be Nechama Dina Chaya Bazraizim. Tuesday night is Rosh Chodesh, and like Rabbi Shapiro just said, we have to praise Hashem. So we decided that we are going to do that because that's what Chomie would want us to do. So, Emir Hashem, Tuesday night, I don't have all the details yet. I will be working on that. I just wanted to get this first. So, I will be sending WhatsApps. Please forward it, SMS. This is using, the technology for Ruchnius. It's just as a kli to get through to all of you. If you see me on the street, you can ask me. It's probably going to be Tuesday night. I'm working on the details. We will do a Rosh Chodesh gathering, and we will say Hallel and sing praise to Hashem, because we believe Hashem can do miracles. And I just want to thank you all for coming, and may we see miracles and hear good news soon. Thank you. And please, you have pen and papers, fill out the forms. You can leave them here on the table so you don't forget. You can take the Tehillim home so you can say them daily. Just remember, her name is Nechama Dina Chaya Bas Raizu.